Hi, this is Mr. Smith, and this is Math 1332, which is contemporary math, or we've sometimes referred to it as quantitative reasoning, which sounds kind of complicated, but it's really just reasoning with numbers for the most part. And so a lot of the things we're going to do in here, I think you'll find are fairly practical to our lives in the real world. We're going to discuss things like financial math, probability, and statistics. So hopefully you'll find this to be a pretty practical course. So let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, I've got 3 classes, and they're all dual enrollment classes, students that are earning high school and college credit. And so that's something you'll notice as we go through things here. So first of all, it says that we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Normally I'm much quicker than that. Sometimes right away, often within an hour or so, but I'm pretty good about getting back to students. So my name is Scott Smith. My nickname is 1T, and that's because my first name is spelled with 1T. This is my email address, and you can send emails to me there, and it comes directly to my phone, so that's a great way to get a hold of me. I also have a phone number that you can call or text. Maybe you want to have more of a conversation, then you're welcome to use that. That's basically a Google Voice phone number that I have. And then you can see my office hours, or maybe a better label would be student hours. These are the hours that we make available to students. These are times when you know you can reach us. So basically in Blackboard, you'll be going into a live session where we can talk and I can show you things. And so it's better than a phone call because you can see everything that I'm doing. I can write on a whiteboard. So that's 8:30 to 9:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 4 to 4:30 on the same days. I do want to let you know I've already started teaching 2 of these courses that are regular, and their hours are at the same time. So if I find that that is a problem, I may break up the hours between you and them. But for now, we're going to keep it like this. If you need to get a hold of the math department office for any reason, you can try the phone number, but they're probably not going to be there anytime real soon. So you can use this link and meet with them virtually. So again, there's 3 sections here, and these are the 3 sections. And this is spring 2021. This is an online course. We use the description INET. Certification date is February 12th. We'll talk about certification. And then the last day to withdraw, if for some reason you have to withdraw from this class, would be April 15th. And I'll just point out that it's really important, if for some reason you do need to drop, just make sure you go about doing it the right way. You're going to want to talk to an advisor and think things through, because sometimes students will have a rough week and the next thing you know they want to drop, and now you're looking at retaking the whole course all over again. So just think carefully before you drop a course. All right, let's move on, and I'm going to skip some of the things here. Let's get to required course materials. So the way things work these days, it's called the included program. Basically, you used to have to buy the MyMathLab program after you enrolled in this course. It's now included as part of your cost. And so that's all that's talking about. And for high school students, you're all automatically enrolled in that program. So let's see, here it talks about MyMathLab, which is, they currently call it MyLab Math. It used to be called MyMathLab. But anyway, it's an online textbook-based software where you will complete assignments. That's homework, quizzes, tests, everything will be done in MyMathLab. So you're going to need to have access to a computer with internet access because you'll be doing a lot of work on the computer. I think most computers are pretty good, but you may have to add some plugins to your computer. I'll show you where you have to do that in another video. And to register for My Math Lab, you're going to click on the My Math Lab link in eCampus, and you'll see like an assignment link, and there's other links, and if you click on any of those the first time, it's going to have you register. So I think you basically have to put in your email address and a few other things, and then you'll be able to do your assignments. We have a calculator that's required in this course, and you should be getting this through your high school or through the coordinator for your program. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. So it's this one here. It's called the TI-30XS Multiview Calculator, and it's a good calculator because you can see everything the way you would on paper. Like, notice the way the fractions look on here. So this is the calculator we use. It makes things much easier when we do financial things with complicated financial formulas, and so that's the one we need you to have. All right, so procedures and policies. Communication is very important in an online course. So notice I'll make announcements throughout the semester, especially the first week or two. And when I do that, you should receive an email. So the announcements are actually in the first page you see when you come into eCampus, but you should receive emails whenever I make an announcement. If you're not, that means the address or email address that you have in eConnect is not correct. The other way, there's really two ways that I make announcements. I also will make them through My Math Lab. So if whatever email you're using in My Math Lab, those announcements will go there. You'll notice the course schedule is also in the syllabus, and you'll see the dates for the assignments also when you're working in My Math Lab. Again, you can communicate with me using email or texting or calling me. In any text or email, it would be helpful if you could tell me which class you're in, and I actually have 2 other Math 1332 classes, so I really need to know which class you're in when you email me. All right, attendance and participation. So obviously you're not attending, but you are participating, and in order for me to certify you as basically attending the course or participating in the course, there's 3 assignments, well actually 4, homework assignments 1.1 through 1.3, and then quiz 1 that must be completed by Sunday, February 7th, basically before midnight, with an average score of 70%. And basically after that, there'll be updates on your grade, and all of that will be determined by how you're doing with the assignments. But the most important thing is getting off to a good start, and this is how you show me that you're participating in the course. All right, let's move on to the next page. So here you can see that your homework is 10%. Quizzes are 10%, tests are 60%, so 4 of them, each of them basically worth 15%, and then you have a 20% final, and that is comprehensive, and the grades are awarded the typical way, so 90 to 100 gives you an A, and so on. So let's go down to a description of the graded work. So I'm going to go ahead and read through this because this is how you'll spend most of your time doing homework. So for each homework assignment in My Math Lab, there will be a video link and also a link to the assignment. Under the video link, you can view videos and PowerPoint notes. Use these to learn the material. I also recommend that you take notes. So you should have a notebook and take notes in there. When you do a homework problem, you'll usually have 3 attempts to get it right, and then you will be marked wrong. You'll see a red X. By using the similar question feature, you will get a new problem to attempt. Thus, students have the ability to get a perfect 100% on every homework assignment. So as long as you're willing to go back and correct your mistakes, you can earn 100% on every assignment. While doing homework, you can also click on the Question Help button to access the textbook for that chapter or section and videos to get step-by-step help or to email your instructor. As you're doing homework, you can also email me. It'll tell me what the problem is, and you can add any questions to the email. So that's basically how things work with homework, which again is worth 10% of your grade. I do want to mention, so if you're one of those people that would prefer to take your notes from the book, then you could just go straight to the homework and click on the similar question and then access the textbook through that. I'll show you, I'm going to have a video where I show you around my math lab and also eCampus. And when I do that, I'll show you some other things in my math lab as well that will help you out. Quizzes. So quizzes are like practice for the test. They're going to be timed 60 minutes, and you can have up to 2 attempts, and then I'll take your highest score. So basically the way I would do things is I would do the homework and take notes, and so then when you take the quizzes, the first time I would encourage you to try to do the quiz without using your notes or maybe minimal use. And then the second time, if you're trying to improve your grade, you can use your notes, but just keep in mind that's an indication that you need a little bit more work before you're going to be ready for the test. So we talked about the test. There's 4 of those. They usually cover 1 or 2 chapters. The first one actually covers material from 3 chapters. You're going to have a 33 question final, and you'll also do that in my math lab. Again, that's comprehensive and 20% of your grade. Don't fret though, because most students do pretty well because there'll be a review and that should help you prepare. Let's see, attendance. So you should expect to spend about 6 to 9 hours a week in this course. Could be a lot more, it could be less, kind of depending on you and how things are going. One of the things you'll see is transitioning to college and online learning when you're doing your first homework assignments. That's a good resource to check out if you're uncomfortable with the idea of doing online learning. Let's talk about late work. So most of the time your assignments are going to be due on Sundays, although the tests, it turns out most of them are going to be due on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Late assignments will receive half credit up until the date of the test. So we're talking about homework and quizzes here. After you take the test, you can't receive any credit for those assignments. So it's very important that you're getting all your assignments done before each test. As far as tests are concerned, they need to be completed by the due date. If there's some special circumstances that cause you to miss the test, you should contact me right away. And if you know ahead of time that there's an issue, let me know ahead of time and we can figure something else out. The other thing I would mention is normally I open up the tests about 5 or 6 days before it's due. So you should be able to do it sometime during that period, normally. All right, so the only thing left to talk about here, oh, I should talk about one more thing here. So we have policies for the college, and you should at least click on the link and read about the policies at least one time. You're going to see this in all of your classes, or you should, and you should at least be familiar with those. All right, the last thing I want to point out is your course schedule. So notice for the first week, everything's due on February the 7th. And you do need to get these assignments here done with a score of 70% or better as an average. And so that's what you need to do in order to be certified as participating in this course. And so basically when you go into my math lab, whoops, sorry about that, you're going to see this will be your first week in your first week folder, this will be in your second week folder, and so on. So this is 2 pages. So I would encourage you to maybe print that out and have that calendar available so you always know exactly what the schedule looks like, but it'll also be in eCampus and Blackboard as you're working through the assignments. All right, so that's about all I have to say. I hope you have a great semester, and if you have any questions about the course or the syllabus, just contact me and I'm always happy to help. Have a great day.